Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Stephen Clark Bradley, and this is what I think. Now, we're coming to possibly the end of our time in Iran. It does have to end at some point, and there will have to be the uprising of the Iranian people to really take their country back. I think Israel's goal is more towards regime change, and America's goal was about getting rid of their nuclear weapons, their ballistic missiles, and getting rid of their support of their proxies. But we can truly say that the purpose of this war is that the United States is making the world safe for freedom again. It's so important that we see that. As early as this year, 2026, the U.S. foreign policy and security highlights have been for a strong push towards protecting global freedom. And it's often been called peace through strength. Our most recent action militarily, which we're going through right now, against the evil regime that has completely occupied the country of Iran and condemned their people to a life of nothing but pain and sorrow. We came in with Operation Epic Fury against the Iranian regime, and it was designed to secure regional stability. Now, of course, it's caused other problems, we know, honestly, because of the Strait of Hormuz. But that can be easily dealt with and will be. I absolutely believe that Trump will not leave Iran with the Strait of Hormuz closed. That would be a failure on his part, and he will not do that. I don't believe he will. So President Trump is using the aspect of our current U.S. global security role through peace, through strength, having the bombs to kill them, having the ability to wipe them out, and we do. And they're basically wiped out now. But we still have the dangers that still lurk there in Iran that we have to deal with and that we want to talk about this morning. Military action in March of 2026, just a few weeks ago, Operation Epic Fury was launched to target Iran's nuclear threats, proxy networks, and naval forces to prevent them from ever being aggressive with anybody again. The global security role of the United States continues to act as a crucial pillar for global security, often working in relationship and in partnership with our allies like Israel to secure the free world. Now, of course, our pansy, weak, absolutely vacillating allies in Europe have lost their great opportunity to make their future great as well and peaceful as well. They have done nothing. And I agree with President Trump on NATO that, and also, Secretary of State Rubio, why are we in NATO if they're not going to be there when we need them and only want it to exist when they need us? That is no good and must stop. Since President Trump has been president, both in his first term and now in his second term, he has always focused on fostering democratic alliances and maintaining stability to prevent threats that have come from so many different sources and corners of the world. He wants to create border and domestic security in our own country, as we see. One of the very first things he did in his second term was he took control of the border and he brought it back to stability and used our forces to do that. And he's fighting the cartels right now down there in Central and South America. And he's doing a good job with it. We have no people coming into our country now. And do you remember, I'm sure you do, the flood of foreign people coming into our country, illegal people, many of them criminals, rapists, murderers. Unbelievable. and he has stopped it. So border security and domestic security has been one of his great roles and goals as president, especially in his second term. Alongside global efforts in 2025, saw major investments in domestic border security, and he's done a great job with that. Significant personnel increases, technology, and the U.S. military to protect our border from being overrun again. Hopefully, we'll never have another president like stupid, impotent Joe Biden. Oh, my goodness. Well, if a Democrat wins, you'll get another one just like him. And that's a scary thought, is it not? It scares me to death. These actions that Donald Trump has taken they show an ongoing active approach to projecting American influence, American power, and protecting national and international interests of the United States of America. He is doing and has done already everything that a president should do and must do if he's going to fulfill his oath of office and protect the United States from foreign adversaries and domestic ones too. I'm afraid we have as many domestic enemies as we do foreign ones. And it's called the Democrat-Socialist Party. Just an evil bunch of thugs, demonic possession. Many of these people are filled with the devil. The things that they want to do to our kids, to our country, to our schools, to our very lives, and everything that we do has been because of the Democrats. So maybe after we rout the evil Iranian regime, we can rout the Democrats too in the elections this year. We have to get rid of them because they're hurting the country terribly. Our own people, well, many of them, I can't call them my people. Anyone who goes against the United States the way the Democrats have, I will never say I'm one with them. They are not Americans. They are enemy combatants, the way they're attacking our own country, the country they were elected to support, and yet they go against us. These actions reflect, from President Trump, an ongoing active approach to projecting American influence and protecting our national and international interests. Could we ever find a better president than him? I don't think so. Do you? What do you think? Yeah, the president is talking about pulling out of Iran. I don't think he'll ever do that until the job is done. So what does the word finish the job really mean? What does it really mean? What does regime change really mean? Now, he says we've had one regime change, then another regime change. That's not regime change. He's just talking, as he does, to keep things flowing the way he wants it to go. True regime change doesn't mean you get rid of one evil talking head for another one. Like Reza Pahlavi said, the Iranian people will never settle for one tyrant to be swapped for another. And we can't do that. And that's not what Trump is talking about either. Regime change, finish the job, means bringing in a regime, allowing a regime to come in that no longer has the same philosophy, evil intents, and devilish outcomes that the Iranian evil regime has brought upon the world and their own people for the last 47 years. Regime change means a new constitution, a new way of leading, freedom for the people, freedom of speech, being able to go and find these people in the IRGC who have killed their people, right? Just shooting them in the eyes and the face. That's regime change, finding them, putting them before courts, and making them pay the price for their sin, for their evil, for the intents that they brought upon their people, and the murderous outcomes. Every time those people have risen up for freedom, they've been shot down, hung, thrown off buildings, butchered. And it's time that freedom come. That's true regime change. It can't just be one thug for another one. That can never be considered a victory, but a failure. As I analyze what's going on in this war, and Trump has not said that his administration is talking with someone from the regime. He actually said before that they're talking to someone outside of the regime. And I believe that. That could be Reza Pahlavi himself. I don't know where you'd find a better leader who's more equipped, more prepared, and more organized to take over the country and bring freedom, American-loving freedom, to make a country that loves Israel, to make a country that loves America, that loves the West, that wants to be an equal partner with us. That would be Reza Pahlavi. He's the only one that I see right now who is prepared to do what it takes to bring Iran, this evil regime in Iran, to its knees, put them on trial, make them pay a price for what they've done. That's regime change, and that's what's necessary. And Trump has said he's talking to someone outside the regime. He is not talking with Galibas. Galibas is guilty of calling for and participating in the murder of Iranian protesters. There are true reports of him actually killing protesters himself. In 2009, he threatened to call for a coup if the protesters were not killed and stopped. He actually threw people off of buildings himself, killing his own people because they disagreed with the way they were running the country. So this has got to stop. In 2009, he also called for a coup unless they would, take these people, put them in prison, give them a fake trial, and kill them, either by hanging them from cranes, throwing them off of buildings, shooting them and killing them. Many political prisoners were injected during this time before the war with drugs that wouldn't kill them immediately, but they would die later as a result of what they were putting in their veins. That kind of man could not run the country again. We'll have to go back and kill them all again. It doesn't matter if it's a mullah thug or an IRGC thug. They all have to be killed, taken to trial, executed, and let Iran be free again. That's regime change. That's what we want. That's what I want. That's what the Iranian people want. And that will make this war worth every effort, every dollar, and every bloody situation that took place. Only if we see that come to pass. So, concerning NATO, let's say it, the truth. NATO betrayed us. I do believe that President Trump must open the Straits of Hormuz before leaving. But what he said yesterday, if you want your oil, NATO, go get it yourself. Why should we fight for you? And NATO said, that's not our war in Germany, the chancellor said. Well, Ukraine wasn't our war and isn't our war today. But we've certainly spent a lot of our treasure trying to help them and trying to help Europe. But when we need them, they're not there. I do believe that there's going to be a drastic change in the alliances of the world. Now, one of the greatest mistakes that the Iranians have made was firing on their fellow Muslim countries around them in the Gulf. And now those countries who were close to America through Trump, now we are locked in together. And privately, they're telling Trump, many reports about this, don't give up until the job is done. And the only way you can define what it means the job is done is that IRGC is gone. A new regime with democratic leaders such as Reza Pahlavi has come to power to set up an interim government to bring about elections and let America become free, a free republic, or a free legislative monarchy on its own. Let them choose. We can't choose for them. They have to choose. So I do believe the president will open up the Strait of Hormuz, and he will not negotiate to bring an IRGC thug into power. If he did that, that would be an absolute tragedy and a waste of an absolutely perfect time to bring freedom, stability, and peace in Iran. Has to be done. But America has greater enemies, even right here at home. The woke left and woke right are equally dangerous for America. I was listening to Megyn Kelly, who I used to really respect. I thought she was a great journalist. And even after Trump now, she became a conservative, spoke out clearly about the rights of America, about Donald Trump's, what he wants to do, and had a great voice. And now she's on the woke right. And she hates everything he's doing. I heard her say, "This is not our war, and the American public agrees with me." She said that 4 times in one podcast. I can't believe it. Is she trying to convince herself? Because she's a liar. It is a lie. America and MAGA support the president. Even on CNN the other day, they had a poll, and it said 100% of MAGA supports President Trump. So what does that tell us? Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Fuentes, none of them are MAGA. They are the opposite of MAGA. They are the equal on the right to what the Democrats are on the left. And we cannot support them. Candace Owens, who was a wonderful and beautiful young lady, spoke out the truth, talked about freedom, talked about not being a victim, learning to be a successful person, and really got my attention and so many Americans' attentions, millions of us. Now, when she speaks, she has a permanent scowl on her face. There's anger in her eyes. There's bitterness in her voice. And there are lies in her message. Same thing for Tucker Carlson. What a great journalist he used to be. Would speak the truth. But somehow he's begun to hate Israel. All of these people hate Israel. You will never win when you hate the people of God. How can you win when God says, if you bless Israel, I will bless you. If you curse Israel, I will curse you. They have to know they're cursed. They're never going to succeed. Israel will never be defeated because God has his finger on those people and on the pulse of that nation. So these people are the great dangers that we face, both on the right, Megyn, Candace, Tucker, so many others now, and on the left, the woke left, are actually calling for a communist revolution. Can you believe that? And I'm just shocked. Millions of people will actually vote for them. It's hard to believe, and sad. So I believe this war is the right thing to do. It must continue until we finish the job and take these evil ogres out of power and make Iran free for trade, free for society, free for peace, and make the world safe again, because that's exactly what we're doing. We are making America and Israel are making the world safe for freedom again. It's very important that we don't waste this time, that we take it by the throat and shake it until it's dead. America is doing the right thing, and I believe Donald Trump will do the right thing all the way to the end. As Maya Artusi says in his broadcast, don't take Donald Trump literally. Take him seriously. He brings confusion because it allows him to be able to accomplish the things he needs to do. And watch what he's going to do. He's not going to let us down. He's not going to let the Iranian people down either. So that is what I think. I really hope in the comments below that you'll tell me what you think and give me a like on my page there on Rumble. And I just hope that you'll let me know and tell me what your opinion is. And if it's the opposite of mine, all the better. Because that's what freedom is all about. Agreeing and sometimes agreeing to disagree. So important and far more interesting when you aren't just watched and don't just get messages from those you agree with, but also those you disagree with. So I hope you'll give me a like and you'll give me a comment. And I know that Donald J. Trump is going to keep America great. And he's going to make Iran great again too. Pray for the people of Israel. Pray for that good leader, Netanyahu. He's a wise man. One man said the other day, Trump and not Netanyahu are like two Churchills in a sea of Chamberlains. We see Chamberlains all over Europe today. Peace in our time, which leads to war because of vacillation, weakness, fear, a lack of courage. Stand up, fight the good fight with America, and fight the good fight with me. Thank you so much, and with you. Tell me what you think. I look forward to your comments. And I'm Dr. Stephen Clark Bradley, and that was what I think. Please tell me what you think too. God bless you. God bless America.